Welcome back to another episode of Pat versus Pros. This is a series where I detail the pro surfers versus my surfing. Today we're going to be talking about Yago Dora, the world champion surfer. And we're going to take a look at his performance against Griffin Colapinto in the finals a few weeks ago at Cloudbreak. And we're going to be comparing that to some film I got here in Popoyo, Nicaragua. So obviously two very different waves, but we're both goofy footers. I'm going to be detailing the front side maneuvers, and we're going to take a look at what Yago does well and what I can improve on. So without further ado, let's check out some of Yago's waves. Alrighty, we're live here. Take a look at this wave, guys. Just really impressive stuff. Massive wave here at Cloudbreak. A little bit of onshore wind forming these nice ramps, and he just takes advantage of it. 3 insane turns, tucks into a little tube, and that was the wave that won him the WSL championship. So as we take a look from another angle here, just really solid surfing, huge rotations, and I mean just fully going for it. Slow down again, one massive turn. And this will be his third massive turn. Bang. So I want to take a look at those two slowed down turns once again. I just highlight a few things that he does super well. So on this first turn here, let's take a look at it. More of just a lip hit, rides that wave perfectly. And then on this second turn is where he goes for that full roundhouse maneuver here. That top turn, excuse me. So the way to start any good top turn is with an awesome bottom turn, and look at how loaded up he is here. I mean, this is like completely compressed. He's got that hand hovering right above the water, something we're going to take a look at with my surfing. He's got hand hovering right above the water, left hand hovering right above the water, and look at all this spray coming out of his board, just loading up all that speed for his next top turn here. And when he hits the top, bang, look at that, just full rotation, and it's a full body movement he has here. So he has his upper body and lower body working in unison, and at the top of that turn he juts out that back leg on that back tail pad. Look at how far back his foot is on that tail pad, and just full extension. Really impressive stuff. And that's why he is the world champion surfer. Now let's take a look at some clips I got just a few days ago here on some chill waves in Nicaragua, and we're gonna compare that. We're gonna compare my surfing to Yago's, and I'll show you guys a few things I want to work on. So just two waves here. And there we go. So let's go back to that first wave of mine, and we'll slow it down a bit. So on this first turn, you can see it's mostly just a lower body movement that I do. And you know, I do a good job of extending my bottom left leg, a compression and extension, and then as we go through here, push out that back left leg decently to generate some spray. However, it's just my bottom leg that is doing all the work, and if you pay attention to my upper body, I don't complete the rotation back to the white water. So the white water is the source of energy that we want to head towards when we do a successful top turn. And as you can see here, I still have this massive gap between me and the source, the power source, which is the white water. And the reason for that is because I pretty much did a half body turn, or a quarter body turn, where I just used my lower body, my feet and my legs. I didn't rotate with my hips and my shoulder. So I'll do it one more time. What do you think? Look at the upper body, and it's just a half rotation there, right? The body never fully rotates. So comparing this turn here to Yago's turn, look at this positioning at the top of my turn. So we still have, you know, some decent spray and whatnot, but that's primarily caused to just my foot being on that back tail pad and just compressing and extending my back left leg. If you look at my upper body, it's completely disjointed. I'm gonna track back to this frame here from Yago. See, we're both at the top of our turn, and look at his upper body. His upper body is sort of facing the direction that the wave's coming, so it's like facing the shore essentially. My upper body at that same point, right here, is not facing the shore. It's facing parallel with the wave. So that's something that I'm going to try and work on, and I actually do a better job here on this second turn. So let's take a look at that second turn once more, and look at that. So you see the upper body comparison here. Look at how I use my full upper body on this turn. See, my left arm completes the turn. Bang, look at that. See this wrap through all the way around? And that's why I'm able to wrap all the way around and go back to the power source here, which is that white water. And that turn, much better executed than the first turn. So I really think for a lot of you guys out there, just fully committing to that movement. I know with me, I struggle with it, just fully committing to that movement and really going for it is what I'm gonna look to improve on in my next few sessions. One of the local boys here gave me a tip. He was saying how, you know, I might get, you know, 2 or 3 turns on a wave, but they're all sort of small turns on the wave. What he wants to see me do is to really go for it on one turn. So really try and maximize speed and fully commit to that one big turn. Having one big turn on the wave will allow me to feel it a bit more. And so then I can piece together 3 big turns on a wave, obviously. So there we go, that second turn, probably my best turn of the day there. Full rotation, bringing everything back to the source. And obviously it's slow, but you know, I'm not a pro surfer. And I assume if you're watching this, you aren't either. And then on this second clip here, more of the same story. I remember this one, I was really excited traveling down this wave. I actually think I did a really good job of generating speed going down the wave. You can see I have this little pumping motion, which is a cool technique that I've picked up recently. When you're traveling down the wave, you can gain extra speed by, in a way, it's like a pump and wiggle of that back foot. And I'll show you guys what Yago does. He does the same thing, so it's bang right there to cue up some speed. And Yago does the same thing on his takeoff, where pay attention to his his back foot on the takeoff. It's a similar thing. Wiggle, 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 and then bang, cues up that turn. So obviously smaller waves that I'm surfing, but same concept nonetheless. Cueing up this wave, I hop up, get high on the wave, high potential energy, and then pump, and just do not fully commit to that top turn, right? Look at the distance here between me and the white water, and I could feel this as I did it. A few things on this top turn. One, just didn't fully go for it, didn't fully rotate. So same takeaway from the first wave, just fully commit, fully rotate, not only the lower body, but also the hips and also the shoulders, so it's a full body movement. And then the other thing, check out my back foot, and these are all related, right? If my footing on the board is better, then I have more confidence to fully go for it. So my back foot is just a hair up on the tail pad, and then my front foot here, I just lose balance on it, and you can see it's like hovering on the board. So just not fully having my feet stuck to the board, not full commitment on this, causes the turn to be, yeah, just pretty underwhelming, to be honest. And then get my composure a little bit, but still nothing special on that next wave. And so if we contrast this to Yago here, just look at how stable his feet are on this board. I mean, it's like they're glued on, like they're mounted on or something like that. This is, yeah, look at that. Whew. That's really what we're trying to get to. That's the standard. That's what'll get you a world championship. So anyway, guys, big takeaways for me. Top turns are a full body movement. So hips and shoulders is what I want to focus on. I actually did a nice job there of generating that top turn movement with my lower body, but I want to complete the whole thing. So not only the lower body, but hips and shoulders as well. One big takeaway. And then second takeaway will be foot positioning on the board. So trying to have my back foot farther back, and that will ideally just create better weight distribution and better stability on the board. Yeah, and just look at this back arm. Yeah, looking to bring that back arm. A good cue for this, I think, instead of just hips and shoulders, is get that back arm. For me, it's my left arm, all the way through. Go back to the source, to the white water, and I think those are the two things I'm going to be working on, and hopefully they improve my surfing. If you enjoyed this episode, you can click the next episode down there. This is part of the Pat versus Pros segment, where I cover all aspects of surfing and I compare my surfing to some of the best surfers in the world. So check out the next video. I think your surfing will thank you later. See you guys.